The vertical marketing system, we provide channel leadership and consists of producers, wholesalers, and retailers acting as a unified system. And maybe you want to go ahead and highlight. How do I highlight? Yeah, I need to highlight. As a unified system. Okay. So how do they do that? Through 1, 2, 3. Either they do corporate marketing or contractual marketing or the administrative marketing. So why do we do this vertical marketing system? The reason we do it is that we want to control, the end customer experience. And we want to make sure that the wholesaler and retailers do what we want to do. And we don't want to end our story by selling our product out of our manufacturing facility. So what is this corporate marketing system? Corporate marketing vertical system, it integrates successive stages of production and distribution under a single ownership. So here, anyone know this company here? Zara. You remember Zara now? Zara, their strategy is that they have fast to market fashion. So if there is a new fashion, Zara want to be the first one to have it. Plus, Zara, they don't want to keep the fashion long time inside their stores. They want it very short, small inventories on these stores, and the inventory is always the most fashionable. All of the stores in the world by Zara are owned by Zara, and they don't want wholesalers, and they don't want to have retailers. They sell direct to their customer. So the customer who go into a Zara store, Zara head office can see that customer from the camera because they control the cameras. If the customer buy, they know what the customer bought. Do you see? So the idea is, how can we integrate all of the successive stages of production and distribution under one ownership? If I try to think about a similar example, you guys remember the small pharmacies in Sana'a? They used to be more conventional. Every pharmacy sell whatever they want. Go to the first pharmacy they have, the second pharmacy they don't have, and you search, you find, you go, you buy. And if you look at the pharmacy business, there is a lot of headache that can happen, both for consumers and manufacturers. Remember when you go to a pharmacy and they give you a medication, and then immediately the salesperson tells you, "Oh, you need this medication? I don't have it, but I have a replacement." Yes. And it will do the same thing. Now, does the customer know yes or no, true or not? The customer just either trusts the pharmacy or go to another pharmacy. Another issue is you go to the pharmacy and the pharmacist will look at your prescription and say, "Oh, we've got this." They give you this medication which is the same name, but it's from the grey market. They bought it from Saudi. And they sell it cheaper than the market price. Smuggled. Smugglers. They also do. Anyone have been to Egypt airport? When you walk into Egypt airport, there is a 50% chance someone will stop and tell you, "Hey, look, my mom is dying in Sana'a. Please take this medication with you and bring it to my mom." Yes. My brother-in-law will be in the airport taking this shipment, the medication for my mom, to deliver it there. Do you see? That's another way of smuggling, right? Because the prices of medication in Egypt is subsidized. The Egyptian government subsidizes medication in Egypt, so it's cheaper. And in Yemen, the government doesn't subsidize, sometimes even tax, which make it more expensive. So the medication, especially for the locally produced in Egypt, become very great price compared to. So we've got this idea of the smuggled. Now, of course, this smugglation. The consumers are happy. If you find the same medication, it's cheaper. Of course, the companies that do sales of these, they don't like the idea of smuggled. If you see the Ministry of the Association of all pharmaceutical companies in Yemen, they sit and say, Government of Yemen, make this big sign in the airport and we will pay for it. And right there, do not bring any medication from other countries to this country because this is bad. And other companies in medication, they will actually go and... So for Al Said Group, they are importers of medication. And they have to deal with these pharmacies. And a lot of companies are represented by Al Said as a wholesaler. So when the Al Said is a wholesaler, they have to deal with those retailers, the small pharmacies. Small pharmacies, they take the money from the customer and they don't pay on time to the wholesaler. Sometimes those small pharmacies, they get the smuggled. They pay cash for the smuggler and they pay late 3 months to Al Said. So Al Said decided, let's do عالم الصيدلة. 20 انصنع عالم الصيدلة. We're wholesalers and we are retailers. You see? So for Al Said Group decided to do the wholesale stage plus the retail. And then deal directly with the end customer. You see? So that's another example of how this corporate VMS. And you can see, not just in the pharmaceutical, you see it in many other, you can see, they have this Al Said, they started to go into more retail companies you can think about. Any questions on this corporate vertical marketing system? We've got the contractual vertical marketing system, and it consists of independent firms at different levels of production and distribution, and they join together through contracts to maintain more economies or sales impact than each could achieve alone. The most common form is the franchise organization. Do you guys understand the franchise organization? The franchise organization is similar to the KFC, the McDonald's model. So sometimes, there is a big contract between الشركة اليمنية للأغذية المحدودة or whatever local company for some food. They sign a contract with McDonald's or with KFC. And then with this agreement, they are licensed to have KFC sign and process and at the same time distribute on behalf of the company. So that's an example of how you control your wholesaler and retailers. Okay. Franchise organization, it links several stages in the production distribution processes. Sometimes you have a manufacturer-sponsored retailer franchising system, wholesaler, sometimes service firm-sponsored. So these are all types of this franchise. For example, sometimes on the franchise level, it will be franchise on the retail or franchise on the wholesale. Sometimes maybe KFC, they buy their chicken from some wholesaler, and this wholesaler has a license by KFC. Do you see? So that's one way of, you make sure that your customer, if I'm KFC, I want to make sure my end customer is under my control. So what do? Contracts with all of these people. This is what you have to do, and this is what you do. And if you don't do what I told you to do, I have the ability to stop you from doing business. Administrated vertical marketing system has a few dominant channel members without common ownership. So here, the keyword is that there is no ownership. No ownership. And leadership comes from size and power. Sometimes you can see, do you believe that Pepsi control the small shops? Does Pepsi as a company control the small shops that sell Pepsi in terms of sales of Pepsi? Not much. But on the other hand, the power and size of Pepsi give them the ability that they can force, maybe directly or indirectly, some of these small shops to follow, what Pepsi wants. Because they can say, I will not distribute to you, Pepsi. And then those small shops will, okay, I will not do that anymore. Do you see? So here you're talking about, the big fish, they can eat the small fish easily. And the big companies, because of their power and size, they can have some influence over those small retailers. If you don't do 1, 2, 3, I will not distribute through you. What happens? The small shops say, okay, I will do whatever you want. That's the idea of an administrative vertical marketing system. And next we've got this horizontal marketing system, or when 2 or more companies at one level join together to follow a new marketing opportunity. So companies combine financial, production, marketing resources to accomplish more than anyone could do alone. Here they show you here when you have like small shops, let's say a gas station and McDonald's, they're together. And why are they together? Because they want to achieve more than what each one can do alone. Sometimes did you notice they have like Baskin-Robbins inside Fee Coffee? Yeah. So this way the Fee Coffee and the Baskin-Robbins together can do more than what each one of them can do alone. Do you see? Sometimes you see, every time you see a Federal Express office, there is a Western Union next to it. That's maybe another example of how they get together, because they can do more together than they can do alone. And then multi-channel distribution system is when you have a hybrid marketing channel. That's when a single firm set up 2 or more marketing channels to reach 1 or more customer segments. And that's an example of marketing. Do you guys have any questions regarding this distribution marketing, vertical marketing system, VMS and HMS, and multi-distribution systems?